welcome to this week's video. How I finish off. I can use a matte glazing medium or a gloss glazing medium. You can, if you think, well, I haven't finished, as you've witnessed with me so many times. The beauty of it is you can just go over with your acrylics. What you're doing is you're holding everything in place so you can go on top, but if you go on top, you will need to re-glaze. I like to re-glaze. A clean brush is essential. So you make sure you just want a nice even coat. You just want to apply 2 or 3 coats. And then obviously the next stage, you're either buying frames or you'll take your canvas to the framers. I'm very lucky. I have my resident husband framer. At the moment, this is the style of cradle frame that seems to work on something on the boards. The other style of frame you've seen. Oh, I'm going to show you my transition as it is. So, quite the unexpected. I actually said on last week's video, I won't go mad, and proceeded to go quite mad. So this is the other type of frame that we like at the moment. Just a natural wood, and we use a chalk paint for that matte finish. And I quite like the effect of being able to see some of the grain of the wood coming through. So far, no, I haven't had any misdemeanors. I haven't damaged my frame. I haven't got paint on the frame. You can mask up if you don't want to free the canvas from the frame. So as I said, it's not exciting, it's time consuming, but it has to be done. So I decided that on this board that I started up last week, I'm going to experiment with using the same incorrect collage material, and I've buried the collage, and I'm going to keep painting because I was so thrilled to reveal the leg. It's like finding hidden treasure. I actually think I'm going to name that painting Hidden Treasure. And just fingers crossed now. This is the most bizarre thing. I really want it to work, so I'm really hopeful that the collage material will start to lift when I get a few more layers of paint down. I'll let those buried treasure leg paintings guide me, but that's the state of play. It's very cliche, that thing about mistakes becoming happy accidents. It might just be a mistake that I repeat more than once. I've just found over there on the landscape side, I've just uncovered that, and I can see I don't like this, I don't like that. So because I'm quite thrilled with my little baby, that could have some attention. So I've got plenty of things. I've also just found, I'm really loving these. I'm so thrilled with this frame for this little baby canvas, and I think it's the same size. This is just a very early stage, so I might do something on that for a frame. The reason I'm framing up and I'm finishing up is because a lovely local artist called Jane Gray invited me to do a pop-up, to take part in a pop-up weekend exhibition. When this video comes out on Thursday, on the Friday I'll be running around with Jane hanging and taking everything down to the lower Pantiles in Tunbridge Wells. Morning, another lovely day in the cabin. Not so lovely outside, we've got snow forecast. Oh Lord, where's the spring? I'm in the cabin, it doesn't matter. I've looked at the video and it's really hard for you to see that gloss coat. I'm going to put another layer on. It's lovely and dry, so I'll put down another layer. And I also noticed that, where is it? I've got to, I need to clean up. I worked a little bit on that yesterday. I've been going a bit crazy with the acrylic inks. You can tell I've been shopping. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I am. And sometimes not knowing where you are is a really good thing. I'll respond to that. I know I will. From yesterday. Oh, some pink. When you work in this, when you work in rotation, there are inevitably lots of things that you get started and then you shift on to something else, knowing that you're going to come back to them. But I tend to stack up, and then when I have a little tidy round or go through, or some little corner of a canvas board will catch my eye, and that caught my eye, and I thought, oh yes, I've got that board as well. I love colour stories. For years I love fashion, and I worked in retail fashion. I've been a manager, a merchandiser, window dressing. I loved hanging in colour stories. It's something that's just embedded. I'm enjoying the introduction of that pink. It's a bit punchy and I think I like it. Last night I worked again a little bit in my sketchbook to try and give me an indication of what I want to do on that one. I've watered up, I've got watery acrylic with one of these spongy tools, and I'll move that. I've just asked myself, what is this? And it's how I feel this morning. That's just how I feel this morning, and I want to do some... I've got this laying flat because I've put my gloss medium on, one layer, and I've had a thought. I got given a nice wodge of this lovely thick paper, so I've got plenty of paper, and I've decided that every day I might come in and warm up physically and creatively, just put marks, just practice some bolder, bigger shapes. I think that might be a nice thing to do. I think that's a good idea. I put this on the table. I have used my glazing medium over this part because that's the keeper. I've got muddy areas here and here. I don't want to touch any of the rest of that, but I will this morning just see if I can just go a little bit more on here. A nice small brush. I quite like these. I meant to show them to you the other day. These are De La Rowney graduate brushes. They're just called Flat Wash, and they're really inexpensive. I don't look after the brushes. The amount of times that I just forget I've left the brush on the palette of paint and they go crusty and hard and ruined. Oh, when I've spent money on a brush and then I wreck it, it makes me want to cry. Morning. I don't think even a bit of gestural warm-up work will fix it this morning. We had our snow last night and it's so chilly. I will gather up a few things, get back into the kitchen and I can do some finishing off down there. So it's annoying, it's frustrating, but I think it's melting already, so it might well be gone by tomorrow. Okay.
So heading down to the Pantiles in Tunbridge Wells, it's a really bit of a dreary Friday afternoon. They set up for a weekend market most weekends. Here is our gallery with green door. I think I pan back, I hope I do. I do. So we are down on the lower Pantiles. Sometimes hard to see behind the market when the market's up and running. This is as you go further into the Pantiles, so many places to eat and drink, and it's really hard to imagine that on the weekend it will be packed with people visiting and having a nice time. So we hope that we hope that the rain holds off. On the right hand side is a shop called Trevor Mottram's, and it's a kitchen supply store, and it's phenomenal, that little shop. Anything you can think of for the kitchen, they have it. And there's Juju Antiques. I tried to quickly zoom in.
Morning. This is a wall I've got in the house. These paintings are going to be heading down for the pop-up. I absolutely adore this painting. I've worked so much on it. There is so much in it. It now has a feeling of tapestry to me. If you remember, we went, I think it was Eastbourne Bexhill, the visit in a previous video to the Delaware Pavilion. I was inspired to take these dining room paintings and introduce teapots. I think I'm going to call it Rosie Lee and Cup of Tea. These I've been tweaking about. I haven't completely gone mad, but I just want to show you how things around you in your subconscious can have a huge effect. I'll drop a clip in of the rug under my kitchen table. There's no question the colours have definitely had something to do with this, with these three in particular. Here's the little painting down under the table. I'm going to stop here and end this week. This is a little selection. We're bringing them in. I've got to name them on the back. And wow, and then the whole process of labelling. I've got lots of jobs to do. So keep the comments coming. Some paintings, the leg paintings, I think have proved to be like Marmite. People either really like them or they really don't like them. And that is so good. That's the real good thing about any art. It's subjective. That's a good thing. So good to continually identify what you like and what you don't like. It strengthens your identity. I think it's really good to know what you like and what you don't like. And I do like these guys. It will be very interesting if they're with me for any length of time, how my feelings, it's interesting to me to see how I shift in my taste, how I feel about them. And this guy, I'm going to take him down for the weekend pop-up. If you don't sell your work, the fantastic thing that I found last year is the feedback. It's so nice to get the chance to have a conversation, and that's what's so good about you guys subscribing and commenting. I'm not here, I'm not all alone in the cabin. I can hear you and I can imagine where you are. Have a great week, and I'll see you with an update on how the pop-up went next Thursday. Until then, take care. Bye for now.